Hello everyone, welcome to the session. So I am Srinivas Ganji, Assistant Professor of Physics, NG College, Nalgonda. Today we are going to learn about freely rotating symmetric top. Right? Freely rotating symmetric top. We are going to discuss the behavior of freely rotating symmetric top by using Euler's equations. Okay. In the previous session, we covered Euler equations and the conservation of energy and conservation of angular momentum. Now let us see how the Euler equations are useful to explain the motion of symmetric top, rotating symmetric top. Let us see here. When no torque acts on a body, it is said to be freely rotating. Yes? So when no torque acts on a body, it is said to be freely rotating body. Right? So examples are given there. One is an orbiting electron. We know that electrons are revolving around the nucleus in its own orbits. Right? And we know that rotating earth, no force is acting on the earth, right? Itself it is rotating about its own axis, and also it rotates around the sun. We know very well. Next, rotating top. Rotating top. Okay, these are the examples. Now, what we are assuming, there is no torque acts on the body. Then what happened? Let us see here. Consider a rotating body such that I1 is equal to I2, that is not equal to I3. Otherwise, Ix is equal to Iy, not equal to Ij. See there? Where the inertia of along the x direction, y direction is same, but they are not equal to the inertia about z-axis. Okay. Now this condition is satisfied by a symmetrical top. This condition is satisfied by a symmetrical top. We know that already I've covered what is asymmetrical top and what is symmetrical top at different conditions. Right? So we covered all these topics. Now, if there is no torque acting on the body, rotating body, and what about its Euler's equations? Already we got three Euler's equations, right? Let us see how they change. See here, in this picture, if you observe, three Euler's equations are there. First one is Ix d omega x by dt plus Iz minus Iy into omega y omega z, that equal to 0. And the second equation and the third equation given there. Right. Now let us take, in all these equations, torque term will become 0. There is no torque term. It has disappeared because no torque. Okay. Now, from equation 2, see there what I am doing? I am sending this term Iz minus Iy omega y omega z, sending the term into the right side. And doing some little bit adjustments. See there, d omega x by dt equal to Iy minus Iz by Ix into omega z. We put there some bracket, and after that we will take omega y. Okay. Now let us assume the term Iy minus Iz by Ix into omega z term. Consider, let us assume that term is equal to capital omega. Okay, the term is equal to this capital omega, where Iy minus Iz by Ix into omega z is equal to constant. Right? That is constant. See there, this whole thing is constant, where omega z is nothing but angular velocity along the z axis, but that is all constant. Okay, because top is in the xy plane. Right? So that is why we are taking z axis is constant. Next, Now from that equation 2, See here what I am doing, I am substituting that capital omega term in that equation. We'll get a d omega x by dt equal to omega wy. Here for sake of simplicity we are assuming instead of omega you have to assume w. Okay, better. Now since ix is equal to iy, our condition, based on our condition, so from equation 3, how I am writing, see there, from equation 3, instead of writing iy I am taking ix here. Okay, ix d omega y by dt, that is equal to minus, here also I am substituting, instead of ix I am taking the iy and omega z omega x. So from this equation we'll get there, see, from this equation we'll again substitute here capital omega value in this equation, we'll get equation 6. Now what we do here, differentiate equation 5. We know that differentiation of equation 5 with respect to t, then what we get here, see here it is equation 5 and we'll get d square omega x by dt square, that is equal to omega and d omega y by dt, we have the term. And substitute in this equation, equation 6, instead of d omega y by dt, if we substitute that value, see what we get here. If we substitute that value, what we get, see there, d square omega x, here we'll get d square, this term I am substituting here, I am substituting there. Okay, if you substitute here, what we get, see there, we'll write this term, this equation. Okay, now after substituting we'll get one equation, see, d square omega x by dt square plus omega delta square omega x is equal to 0. That equation represents simple equation of simple harmonic motion. Thus equation represents simple harmonic motion. Okay, and from this equation, let us solve this equation. The solution of above equation can be written as omega x is equal to a sine, here wx is equal to a sine omega t plus pi, right? And now substitute this term and equation from 6 and 8. From equation 6 and 8 we'll get d omega y by dt is equal to minus capital omega a sine capital omega t plus pi. Integrating on both sides with respect to what we get, see, if integrate and the d by dt will be disappeared and we'll get finally integration of a sine omega t plus pi can be written as minus cos omega t plus pi by omega, and where omega cancel, minus cancel, finally we'll get this one, right? Here it is the equation, we'll get this one. This is y, this is what, omega y value. Already we have omega x value, right? So with the help of these two equations, omega x and omega y, see here, angular velocity is omega x and omega y. Angular velocities omega x and omega y are along x and y axis. The angular velocities omega x and omega y are along x and y axis. Hence the resultant angular velocity omega p will always lie in xy plane. See there, here the angular velocities omega x and omega y are along xyz axis, x and y axis. Hence the resultant angular velocity omega p will always lie in xy plane, right? Always lie in xy plane. See there, that omega p bar can be written as in the vector form I omega x plus j omega y. Now substitute omega x omega y values from equation 8 and 9. If we substitute that values, we will get omega p bar is equal to I cap a sine omega t plus pi and j cap a cos capital omega t plus pi. And squaring this term will get whose amplitude omega p square is equal to omega x square plus omega y square, and squaring the terms we'll get a square, and where if we take a square common, if we take a square common, and then we'll get sine square omega t plus pi plus cos square omega t plus pi. We know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, right? So substituting that value, and then what we get there, omega p square is equal to a square, that will become constant term, right? This is what constant term. Now, so the total angular velocity omega bar is given by, see where omega p is only angular velocity along in a xy plane, but what we are taking xyz axis, then the total angular velocity omega bar is given by omega bar is equal to I omega x plus j omega y plus k omega z. So in which already we know that omega x square plus omega y square plus omega z square can also be written as omega p square plus omega z square, that equal to constant. Okay, so freely rotating symmetrical top whose angular velocity component is constant. And see here, the direction of rotation of omega bar depends upon the relative values of omega z and omega p. See there, here omega x and omega y are changing with time, because the body's symmetrical top is rotating in the xy plane. That is why omega x and omega y are changing with respect to time. And what about omega z, and where omega z and omega p have constant magnitude? See, the omega p is the addition of omega velocities of angular velocities of omega x, omega y. This one also constant, and omega z also constant. So both omega z and omega p have constant magnitudes. See, from above 2 points it is clear that omega p is continuously changing in such a way that its projection on z axis is constant. Projection on z axis is constant. Now what happened in this case? Then the symmetrical top is rotating about an axis, that is z axis, constantly. This is possible if omega makes constant angle theta with the z axis with the precess around it. See there, when the precision, see here, when the omega bar, see if you observe there omega bar. Now when this line is what happened, rotating about a fixed axis, right? So when it is happen in this case where what we are talking here, z axis, this is where omega is makes constant angle with theta. When this line makes an angle theta is constant with the z axis, then the what happened here, it is continuously changing in such a way that its projection on z axis is constant, right? So this is a picture, it represents, see there, where omega x represents angular velocity along the x direction, and omega y represents angular velocity along the y direction, and where omega z is along the z direction, that is constant 1, and where the symmetrical body rotating in the xy plane around the z axis. See there, around the z axis. Okay, precision of angular velocity about z axis in force-free motion of symmetric rigid body. In force-free motion of symmetric rigid body. So from this picture, so we conclude that the angle of precision is given by, from the picture, the angle of precision tan theta is equal to omega p bar by omega y, that equal to a by omega y, that is equal to a by omega y. So this is the topic of freely rotating rigid or freely rotating symmetric top. So again let us see what is spinning and what is precision. Now we have to know that what is spinning. For next topic, we have to know two things: what is spinning and what is precision. What is precision? Let us see what is spinning and what is rotation here. For example, I am showing you one picture here. If the top rotates about its own axis, that motion is called spinning. See there, if the top is rotates about in its own axis, so that is called spinning. That is called spinning. See, this pen is rotating about its own axis. This is what we call it is spinning. So our earth is rotating about its own axis, that is called spinning. And also as well as this earth is rotating about its own rotating axis, which that rotating axis rotates around one fixed axis, around one fixed axis. So that rotation of rotating axis is called precision. Okay. See there, if the rotational axis of the top, itself rotating about the vertical line, then it is called precisional motion. See, this is rotating about one axis. So that axis, that motion, that rotation is called spinning. Now what happened? This rotating axis also itself, it also rotates about a fixed axis. So that axis, that rotation is called, that motion is called a precisional motion. If top rotate about its own axis, that motion is called spinning. Otherwise, if the rotational axis of the top itself rotating about the vertical line, then it is called precisional motion. But here precisional motion is linked with the spinning motion. Precisional motion is linked with the spinning motion. Okay, so I am going to show you one video. Just see here. See, if you observe here in this picture, this is its own axis of body itself. Now the body is rotating about its own axis here, and this is the fixed axis. This is the fixed axis. Now this body is rotating itself with this axis, and also the whole system also rotating about z axis. That motion is called precision. Now let us see that video here. See here in the picture. So body is revolving itself, its own axis. That yellow color arrow represents self axis. Now that yellow arrow also rotating about fixed z axis, right? Fixed z axis. So that fixed the motion of that body about z axis is called precision motion, precisional motion. So if it rotates about its own axis, that is called spinning. See there, if you observe here, it forms one cone also. When the body is axis, rotating axis is rotating about a fixed axis, it forms one cone here. See here, one cone it forms. One cone is forming during this process. Okay, so this is all about precisional motion and rotational motion of symmetrical top. Now in the next class we are going to See, precessional motion of a symmetric top. Okay, precessional motion of a symmetric top, and also we are going to see torque. So what is torque acting on the symmetrical top, torque acting on the symmetrical top, and also as well we'll see gyroscope, and also we'll discuss a few problems on the rotating rigid bodies. Okay, so let us wait and see for the next class what we are going to start. Okay, so have a nice day. Thank you very much.